If I see yet another person that is shrinking themselves for people that don't even care about them just so they have a teeny tiny chance of being accepted, I will literally crash out. Like, I will go insane. Because what do you mean you can't cope with hate? What do you mean you want to be accepted? What do you mean you want to be liked by everybody? All that because you are literally keeping your potential locked in a cage very far away from you, because you are trying to impress people that don't even care about you, and they are consciously choosing to not listen to you and not understand you. Like, are you being serious? Because why would you care about an opinion of some mean girls from your school that don't bring anything positive into your life? Think about that. Like, why would you do that? It literally makes no sense. But not to worry, this video is the only resource you will need in order to reframe your mindset and cope with negativity, haters, and judgment, and successfully live your life. And it comes from me, a person who would always people please a lot, try to fit in, try to look cool, because I just really wanted external validation. I wanted people to accept me, understand me, and like me. And where did that get me? Nowhere. I would always try to explain myself. I would always try to prove that I am worth of something, as if it would change anything. So take it from me and drop the need for external validation, because once you do that, you unlock a whole new path for yourself, a whole new journey, and your life will change just like that, and I will show you how. I'm going to give you mindset shifts and practical tips on how to reframe your mindset and also how to cope with negativity. So let's get started. And as always, this is the timestamps of the video, so if there's anything that you want to skip to in particular, then feel free to do it, but let's go ahead and start. So before we move any further with this video, I want you to first understand and accept the fact that people will always judge. The goal is not to be liked by everybody. The goal is not to be affected by negativity and hate. People will always find a reason to laugh at you, to judge you, to look at you weirdly, to make fun of you in front of everybody. They will always find a reason. If they want to find a reason bad enough, trust me, they will. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try to appeal to everybody, everyone is judgmental, and everyone is making a conscious choice whether to entertain that judgmental side of them or not. And there's a very big part of people that absolutely love to be judgmental, to cause drama, and to make others feel bad about themselves. And it's never your job to fix that, and it's not your job to try and explain yourself to everybody, because why would you even do that? Do you live for them or do you live for you? Let's look at celebrities, for example. I mean, I know they might not be as relatable as we think, but when you think about them, they are humans just like us. They are people just like us that came from something, became very famous and very successful, and now they have people that absolutely love them, and people, probably an equal amount of people, that absolutely hate what they do. Do they ever back down? Do they try to explain themselves every time to a hater that makes some sort of a weird statement about them? No, they don't, because why would they? Exactly, that's what you should be doing with coping with negativity and haters and people that are miserable. Your place is on the stage. It's not your job to fix people's perception of you. Whether they love you or whether they hate you, you shouldn't care about it, because all that matters is what you think of yourself, and how highly you think of yourself, and how much you love yourself, and what you've got to offer for yourself. That's all that matters, and that's what's gonna keep you going. Like I said, if someone wants to hate on you, and if they make the conscious decision to hate on you, to not listen to you, to not understand you, they will find every single reason that they possibly can to do that. And it's your choice to either give them the reaction they want or keep moving like nothing is happening, because this is a completely natural part of the process when you grow and expand as a person. There's gonna be people that are gonna get really triggered by your growth, and it's not your job to fix that or to make them comfortable, because who the hell cares about what they think? I'm sorry, but what are they bringing into your life? Nothing. They bring misery, so why would you want their opinion, or why would you even take their opinion as something valid? So now that we know that our goal is not to be liked by everybody, let's go and get into the mindset shifts. So the first mindset shift that I want you to take away from this video is that people's judgment and misery is a projection, a literal mirror of what they are going through themselves, their limitations, their beliefs, their insecurities. That's what it is showing. So it's never personal, because people that consciously choose to live in misery, to complain, to never do anything about their life, they are always feeling like there's nothing else that they can do for themselves. And when they see someone proving to them in real time that actually, no, you're wrong, you can do everything that you want in life if you want it bad enough, that is challenging them and their belief system. So what do? They try to protect themselves and how they think by spreading negativity and projecting their insecurities onto you. Whenever a person decides to judge you for what you do, that means that they don't believe it's possible for them and for anyone else in this world, and it's not your job to fix that. This is literally their problem. Like, if you're limited, cool, I don't freaking care about that. Like, I'm still gonna go and keep moving and make my money and make my life a success. If you want to stay where you are, suit yourself. Because think about it, when you see a person that is confident, happy, content with their life, and they are growing and expanding and trying to better themselves, do you ever see them hating on other people? Do you ever see them judging other people? Or do you see them get inspired? And do you see them get so motivated by other success and happy to see that? And it just broadens their perspective. It's the second scenario, isn't it? Exactly, because those people, they are not miserable inside. They are happy with who they are, how they are, and what they do, and they don't feel the need to spread negativity onto others. And instead, they're gonna project nice things because that's the mirror of what they are going through themselves. So if they are believing in possibilities, if they think that things like, you know, being famous or being a singer or being an actor is possible, they're gonna clap, they're gonna be your cheerleader, they're gonna support you, and they're gonna feel inspired by you. They're never gonna say anything such as, oh, it's unrealistic, oh, this is so weird, oh my god, this is so shallow, oh my god, how are you gonna even achieve that? None of that stuff. Because trust me, people that judge you and take it out on you, they are incredibly insecure, miserable, and they have no happiness, nothing in their life that excites them. And the only way for them as an outlet is to take it out on other people. And it's not to say that every insecure person is a bad person or hateful person, because we all get the choice to either work on ourselves or not project at other people. We have the choice and the power to decide what we're gonna do with our insecurities. But people that decide consciously that they're gonna project onto others, that they're gonna spend their time and write a mean, hateful thing online, this is what makes them bad, this is what makes them miserable, and this is what is showing you that they have no other outlet other than projecting and hurting others. So that means it's never personal. The second mindset shift is probably my favorite, but it might trigger some people. But if your growth is triggering somebody, that means you're doing it right. Because like we touched on this before, when you trigger someone by your growth and your success, this particular thing is challenging their belief system and what they truly think is possible. And when that happens, they not only feel challenged but also exposed. They feel like, oh my god, I have to now think about my life and what I do, and I have to change. And they don't want to do that. They are so comfortable in the uncomfortable situation to not change. They don't want the change bad enough. They probably think, yeah, it would be nice to live a wealthy life, it would be nice to be comfortable, it would be nice to do this, do that. But because they already told themselves that it's not possible, it's not achievable, they're just gonna stay in that, because it's much easier to complain than to do the hard work. Because people are so used to shortcuts, they think that everything happens just like that, but it doesn't. Especially if you don't come from a wealthy background, it's not gonna happen that easily for you. And those people prefer to complain rather than change it. So when they see your growth in real time, when they see that you are actually expanding beyond your circumstances, that is challenging them and making them question themselves. And because they feel so exposed and they feel so threatened by it, that's when they decide, okay, I'm gonna project onto that person, I'm gonna be hateful, and I'm gonna come up with every single excuse that I can think of as to why they had it easier than me. And like I said before, this is never your job to fix that for them. They are deciding that this is what they're gonna do, this is how they're gonna respond and react to things, and this is not your problem, this is none of your business at all. And take it from me, I come from a non-privileged background at all. I come from a background of a financial struggle, and I don't have connections like other people do. But am I backing down because of that? Am I stopping myself? Am I using this as an excuse to not do anything? No, I'm literally recording this video right now because I want to be a full-time YouTuber. Despite the fact that I might be seen as cringe, I don't have the financial freedom yet, so I can't get, you know, the best equipment and stuff. Now I'm probably gonna fail many times. I don't care. This is what I want to do, and that's what I'm gonna do, no matter my circumstances. But there's people that will use their circumstances as their golden ticket to not do anything, essentially, because that's just easy for them. It's easy to complain and not do anything instead of taking charge of your life and actually doing something. The third mindset shift kind of comes back to everything that we've said. People's baggage is never your job to understand or fix. Because like I said, this is the conscious choice that they are making every single day to be hateful and miserable. And why I understand that when you get hated on, when you get negativity thrown at you, your instinct is to protect yourself. Your instinct is to stand up for yourself because you don't want to take it, or your instinct is to take it personally and cry about it. But I'm assuming that you know this is not taking you anywhere. And if anything, you are giving them satisfaction because they made you feel miserable just like they are. And you should be proud of yourself that you are making a choice to not entertain or not react to those things, because that shows that you have so much love for yourself. You give so much protection to your own peace that you're not gonna entertain some miserable person that is trying to hate on you because they have some sort of a baggage in their life. Because trust me, so many people are going through horrible things on a daily basis, and instead they are literally the kindest people that you've ever met. It's a double-edged sword really, because when you've got someone that is struggling, you either victimize yourself and feed into it, or you actually are kind and try to change your current circumstance. And you need to remember that a single opinion of someone should not shake you or do anything to you, because you should be so grounded in yourself and knowing your self-worth, your confidence, and who you are as a person, that one opinion from a hateful person is not going to change anything in your perception about yourself. And if anything, you should feel sorry for those people, because that's what I do. I genuinely feel sorry for them, because it must be really tough to hate yourself so much that there's no other outlet other than hate others. Like it must be excruciating, and I feel sorry for you if you're going through that. So remember that you are never responsible for others people's baggage or anything that happens in their life, the traumas and everything like that. Everybody has the conscious choice and power to decide how they're gonna deal with it and what they're gonna do to better themselves. And if they are consciously choosing that they're not gonna do anything about it, that's on them. And the fourth mindset shift that I kind of touched on before is that people that are content and happy and are growing will never hate on others. I mean, these people will never find a justifiable reason to judge someone that is growing, bettering themselves, trying to change their life for the better. They will clap for them. They will feel inspired. They will feel like, oh my gosh, you are amazing, I love you, keep going. Because those people are not only emotionally mature, but they just know that kindness comes back, that kindness doesn't cost you anything, and that you can literally make somebody's day with a little smile or a little comment about them that is nice and uplifting. Because at the end of the day, especially when a person is also going through a journey on bettering themselves, healing themselves and stuff like that, they know how hard it gets, and that's where the compassion and understanding comes from as well. They just know how it feels and they can relate to you on a deeper level. Because when you think about it, when you hate on somebody, you are literally wasting your time that you could be spending on bettering yourself and looking inward and making things happen for you. Why on earth would you do that? Really think about who you surround yourself with, because if you've got people in your circle that are judgmental and always try to put you down, that means that's a very big red flag that your circle is not supportive and is not aligned with you, and you should really reconsider hanging out with them. So now we're going to talk about some practical advice that you can apply in your daily life, so then you can actually cope with negativity and learn how to not respond to it and how not to take it personally. So the first practical advice that I personally really like, but it might be a little bit triggering and controversial, is that hate is fuel. Use hate as something that drives you. And I'm not talking about revenge here. Let's not confuse the two terms. It's not about revenge and trying to prove yourself, because this is still, it stems from the wrong place. What I mean is that when someone hates on you, prove to yourself and yourself only that you can still do it despite what people say, despite the no's and the rejection and the judgmental looks that you get on a daily basis. Use this as an inspiration that you are capable of achieving anything, no matter who is around you and what they are saying. This is only to prove to yourself that you are so much more capable than you think. Because imagine how insanely proud you're going to be of yourself when you get to that goal that you really want and you say, I really made it, despite everybody not believing in you or having doubts, and you still made it. Imagine how incredibly amazing it's gonna feel. And this will make your journey even more exciting and just happy and interesting. Use hate as this kind of fuel and keep going, no matter what people say about you, no matter how how people look at you, because it's just their limitation. You are beyond that. You are above this. The second practical advice is to block, delete, ignore, do whatever you need to get this negativity out of your life. So when it comes to social media specifically, the block button, oh my god, this is the best thing that has been ever invented in social media. I'm telling you, it's literally the best thing. Because if you block certain content from popping up on your For You page, certain people and stuff like that, you are literally just filtering them out, just pushing them away and be like, no, you don't have access to my life. Thank you, goodbye. It's the same with deleting people from social media and basically limiting people's access to you as a person. And when it comes to real life situations, stepping away, ignoring the people that are hating on you and being judgmental, not giving them any sort of reaction is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Because like we said already, you have nothing to prove to them. You don't owe them any sort of explanation or evidence about what you're gonna do. You're doing this for yourself and for yourself only. You live your life for yourself, not for others, not for others' validation. Only approval that you will ever need is from yourself, because you are the only person that is gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. So you really owe some respect to your damn self, and you owe explanation to yourself, not to anybody else, because people sadly come and go. So when you have people hating on you and judging you and being mean to you, the best thing you do is ignoring them, not giving them reaction, not giving them response, because essentially they are trying to provoke you. So why would you react to something that is literally not bringing you anything good into your life and into your daily life? I'm gonna give you an example of what happened this morning. Literally, I was calling an institution back home. Long story short, I just needed to find out something about my relative, but because they can't confirm my identity over the phone, they couldn't give me any sort of information. Fair enough. But the reception lady was incredibly rude about this. And I had two choices in that specific moment. Be like, okay, well, thanks, goodbye, or argue back with her. And then you think, what is it actually going to bring me arguing with her and trying to prove my point, where essentially this doesn't change the situation. I'm still not going to get the information that I need. So that means essentially that I'm doing it for no reason at all. It's just purely because I am angry and upset. What's the point? And that's exactly what I mean when I say you should ignore certain rudeness and weird comments that you get, because entertaining them will only make things worse. The third practical advice is setting boundaries, and this is for yourself and people around you. So setting boundaries is a very healthy way to protect your peace and really limit what you allow into your life, really filter out what kind of energy you allow into your life. And as soon as you start setting boundaries, I can promise you that there's gonna be people that will look at you weirdly and will be like, why are you doing this? Like, do you not trust me? And when people ask you that, that means that they don't respect what you want for yourself. They don't respect your decision, because if someone truly cares about you, whatever boundary you set for yourself and for them, they're gonna accept it. They're not gonna try to overstep it because they need to prove some sort of a point to themselves. No, they're gonna accept it and gonna be like, okay, cool, yeah, that's fine. They're not gonna get offended by it. They're not gonna feel like you are betraying them or something. None of those stuff. And setting boundaries comes for both your friends and your family, because I feel like we do forget that family also can be really toxic. And it's not to say to disregard your parents or, you know, their knowledge or what they try to do for you, because it's important to understand that your parents come from a different generation, they are from different times, and certain things are what they believe in. And sometimes they don't believe in possibilities that you might believe are possible for you. And it's not that they don't support you or they just like, you know, want to, you know, slow you down or something. They are just worried for you because they want the best for you ultimately, but they don't know how you're gonna achieve that. They never seen that happen for them, so they are just scared that you're gonna go through a heartbreak, and they don't want that for you. So don't confuse that, and don't try to like cut them out just because they say that something might not be realistic. You need to remember that some people just have a different experience and they have different knowledge, different wisdom that they gain throughout their life, and that's what's limiting them. It's not always something really negative, but it's still healthy to set boundaries. And when you feel like your parents are doubting you a lot, or your sisters, your uncles, or whoever it might be, a good thing to do is just to keep it to yourself. Work in silence, move in silence, and let the results speak for themselves. And when it comes to your friends, you can set boundaries such as no gossiping, no drama, because ultimately, like I've said before, and I will say it again, you live your life for yourself and yourself only. And the only approval and validation that you need is from yourself and yourself only. And the fourth practical tip is focus on the love and the good around you instead of on the negatives. And I know that this might sound a bit cliche and like, oh, if you're sad, just be happy, but it's not the kind of advice I'm trying to give you here. When there's things that happen in your life and are negative, for instance, like we've been talking about, people that are judgmental and hate on you, you don't have any power over what they are gonna do. You don't have any control over how they're gonna approach you or speak to you. So why would you care about it? Why would you use so much energy and so much time on dwelling on that specific situation, when instead you could be focusing on the fact that you still have a lot of good friends, family that loves you, you love yourself, and there's so many good things around you that this little inconvenience, let's say, does not matter and doesn't change the fact that you still have so much beautiful stuff in your life. Because when you flip the script, essentially, this is when you literally free yourself from negativity and you become untouchable, because it's genuinely so much more important to acknowledge how much good is around you, that you are able to read a book about some skill that you want to learn and literally learn that skill and pay under 10 quid for that book, or that you can, you know, watch a YouTube video just like this one and learn something new, that you have people that you can call and cry to, that you have yourself. So why care about someone that is trying to ruin that for you? Because at the end of the day, your peace and your well-being is never worth fighting with someone else. It's not worth losing this just to prove a point to someone or stand up for yourself. Because ultimately, the people that are hating on you, they already decided the second they started hating and judging, they already decided that they don't want to hear you, they don't want to understand you. That's enough for you to not give an F about what they do and what they say. When you focus on the negatives, you completely overlook and ignore the beautiful stuff that you have around you, the beautiful people, the love, the feelings, and everything else that you are receiving on the daily basis just because someone else has been mean to you. That makes your life so sad and so lonely and so miserable, and you don't want to become like one of them, do you? So focus on the good, focus on the love, and focus on yourself. Focus on growing and expanding and bettering and healing yourself so that you can spread kindness and positivity and be happy and fulfilled. And this is the end of this video. I hope that you found it useful and helpful, and I hope that this actually taught you something new. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the mindset shifts and practical advice that I gave you, and let me know if you would want part 2 maybe to this, or something more specific, because I would love to talk about this. This is something that I'm also really passionate about, because I am a Scorpio rising, so we do feel very intensely, and I am incredibly protective of others. So my mission here is to empower you enough so you don't give an F about people and what they think, because you never should. And I want to remind you that you're beautiful, that I got you, I see you, and I can see that you're doing great. And please never back down just because someone is mean to you. Never listen to people that don't have the courage that you do, because they are not even comparing at this point. So don't take their opinions and their thoughts as something that should be your truth, because it's not. The most important thing is what you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, and how much you love yourself. That's the most important thing. So keep going. I believe in you and I'm proud of you, and I love you. And of course, everything is down below, so if you want to connect with me on TikTok, Snapchat, on Instagram, then go ahead and have a look. But other than that, I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.